Hey guys, it's Klaus. Let's do some map tactics, and today let's talk about swamp. Okay, so this is swamp. Why is it called swamp? Well, because there's a freaking swamp in the middle of the map here. And this whole middle is really the swamp of death, especially at the beginning of game. Because if you go into the swamp here, you can be shot from everywhere. No, everywhere here can shoot down into the swamp. Everywhere here can shoot down into the swamp. So that's why it's called swamp. Remember when you load in this game, the map, swamp. Probably not a good idea to go into the swamp right away. Okay, so there's three lanes to go from each side on this map. And Klaus, think it's pretty simple. Let's start with the southeast side here. If you spawn in the southeast side, you can go north, and usually there's fighting starts here, or you go around this, and here, or you can move all the way up to here and fight around these two big bumps, okay? So from the south, you're going to move north and get to this corner, and from this side, enemies are going to come and get to this corner, you're going to fight here. Or sometimes you spot each other from here, and you fight there. So there's a fight in the northeast with these two hills, and faster tanks that can get up here, and tanks with good gun depression can make it up here and fight. Okay, that's one route. The second one is, if you spawn from this side, is to head in this direction. And from the north side, you head in this direction, and there's a big fight here. There's more cover here, there's buildings, and there's a low road that you can take to get there from here, and there's a low road that you can take to get there from the north, and usually there's fighting in here. There's hills, and there's terrain here, so you can use gun depression, and you can use these buildings to side scrape and move around, and there's usually a big fight right here. Usually most of the heavy tanks go here because there's cover, there's buildings, so if you have a long reload, you can be behind this building, you take your shot, then you get behind the building and reload. Whereas, up here, maybe you're more in the open. There's also more cover from artillery because of these buildings. Okay, so there's going to be lots of fighting here and lots of fighting here. Those are two areas. The third area is the center. And there's a ridge line here and here, this whole area here, where you can shoot across. Okay, and not only can you shoot across, say from here you can support that side. From here you can shoot across to lots of places. From the north, there's a ridge line here and here where you can shoot across the other direction, right? So you have, and Klaus would not call these camping areas. There's this whole area here that's close enough to the enemy, and there's a ridge line here that you can support, and you can move. If there's lots of fighting in the northeast, you can move to this side of the ridgeline to support. If there's lots of fighting in the southwest, you can move down to this part and support. So this area here is a support area. And from the north, this whole area here is a support area. Where, if you see lots of fighting up here, you can move to that direction and support. If you see lots of fighting here, you can move into that direction and provide support. If your team loses, say, this side, and the enemies start moving up, you have cover here where you can shoot them, and around this side, and you can keep defending from these support areas here and here. Now, when you play this map, and let's say you go this direction, lots of players go this direction, there's a big fight here. Once you win, like every other map tactic Klaus has mentioned, let's say you win this area, you spawn on the south, and you win this area. If you say, we won, let's just go to their base, and you just blindly start driving towards their base, once you get into these areas here, then the support snipers here will have easy shots at you, or if you make it this far, they come around here, and from this ridgeline, they have easy shots on you. So just driving straight to base, you could just die, even if you're winning game. Same as, let's say you spawn on the north and you go this way, and you fight here, and you win, and you clear out all these guys. If you just start driving blindly to the base, there's a big open area, then the people that were in support areas here can move behind this cover and easily shoot you. So from both sides, whether you go this way to the northeast or to the southwest, once you win your side, stop, look at the mini-map, and see what's happening in the game. Okay, so let's say you win this side, and you notice that all the enemies have come this way, and they've won their side. Well, you probably want to go back to defend your base. If you notice that all the enemies have been spotted in these support areas, well, don't blindly just drive into the open. You might want to come back yourself into these support areas and shoot across. Now, the swampy area in the middle, Claus called it the swamp of death at the beginning. Once the game progresses and you know what's going on, let's say, the first 8 or 9 stupids are killed, so the stupids have been thinned out from the game, and you notice, there's 4 enemies up here still fighting, and there's 2 here, and your team has won this. Whatever the situation is, and you're a lighter or a fast medium tank, you've been sitting here supporting. Once you know where the enemies are, and you can see, oh, they're all here, and there's only one there, then you can scoot across the swamp and get to their ridge line and move up and poke up and shoot them. Or if you're on the north and you've been kind of sitting in these areas most of the game, and then you notice, oh, your team is pushed in here and they've spotted a few guys here, well, then you can scoot across to their side and get hull down, and poke over their ridge line and give them a taste of their own medicine. So the swampy area is very good to scoot across in the middle or end game. And if you make a mistake, you're scooting across, you get spotted. There are some here. There are some lumps and terrain where you can hide behind. But you want to scoot across this swamp to get to the enemy ridge line and poke up and spot them. If you try and get to the swamp at the beginning of the game, let's say you come all the way down here and say, I'm going to hide behind this little mound here and spot these guys. Well, you're okay until you get spotted, and then the enemy, they send some guys here, they have that angle on you. They send some here, they have this angle on you. They have some here, they have that angle on you. There's nowhere for you to hide in the swamp at the beginning. But you can use it in the middle or end to scoot across and light up or shoot enemies from behind. Does this all make sense? And like on every map, whether you go to the northeast or the southwest, or whether you hang around in the middle, see how the game progresses and find out which side your team is winning or losing, and then move. Don't just sit in one spot the whole game. Very important. You can start the game in one spot, but then move to support. Or maybe it's best for you to just sit in one spot the whole game if the enemy is full of stupids that just drive straight at you. But this map usually plays out all around the edges for most of the game, with some campers sitting, well, not call them campers, some support snipers sitting here, and some smart people that scoot across the swamp near the end to flank, or some stupids that just go in the swamp at the beginning to die. Okay, so Claus is going to spawn, I think, on the south, and Claus is bottom tier in a little medium tank. So Claus is going to go into the middle area here to support. Let's watch. Okay, so game is about to start, and Claus is playing the Rudy. Claus is bottom tier, tier 6, in a tier 8 game. So Claus does not want to rush to the east or rush to the south and be the first one to die, so we'll go to support on the ridge line in the middle, overlooking the swamp. Now let's look at the mini-map. Claus has made the mini-map extra large so you can follow, and you can see lots of our team is heading east, and that's very good. ELC is heading into the swamp, which is the Valley of Death, the Swamp Valley of Death, and the heavy tanks are going south, which is good. Now that ELC is feeling pretty good. He's thinking, going to spot some enemies, get some quick early spots here. So he's taking a position in the swamp. Keep an eye on him. Now our east side is positioned very good to take early shots. Klaus is basically the only one providing support fire, and lots of heavies are going to southwest. So it's looking pretty good so far. And there's some of the first enemies overlooking the ridgeline there, and they probably spotted that ELC. Not sure yet. Yeah, he's dead. That's why you don't just rush into the swamp like a useless, pathetic stupid. Okay, at least not at the beginning of the game anyway. So Klaus has some support fire shots here. Look. Okay, can shoot across at that Pershing. And now he's backing up because he sees our team. And if he is stupid enough to drive into the swamp valley of death over there, well, you know, he will be the second player to die in the swamp. Now, this map is called Swamp. So when the game starts, the map is Swamp. Don't go into the swamp to start the game. Okay, so 2 people dead in the swamp at the beginning of the game. Now look at the minimap. Most of the enemies have gone to the southwest. Klaus is the only tanks providing support fire, but now these guys can move to support as well because looks like we've killed all the enemies on the east side, and we have a clear route into their base now. So now Klaus is trying to shoot here. There you go. There you go. So can provide support fire for people in the southwest that do not use cover and do not realize they can get shot from way over here. So Klaus is shooting this tier 7 like a boss. Yeah, there you go. Have another 200 damage. And it looks like it's still a close game, but our team has won the... Oh, and look at this. A stupid moron that likes to drive into teammates in front of teammates' guns. You know, thank you for shooting the enemy, but you don't have to drive in front of your aimed teammates' guns when you do that. Okay, Scorpion, take your shots, but there you go. This is better. Now Klaus can get some shots, and you can get some shots. Okay, now let's look at the minimap. Our Panther and T-54 have made it all the way to the base. They will probably kill their useless scumbag artillery. And all of the enemies are clustered in the southwest, right? Because the southwest is, it's the most important part to go. But they are pinned down now. Our T-3485 is moving to their ridgeline through the swamp. He's scooted through the swamp now. You see that? And we are going to support fire for the Jackson and the T-3485. So the enemies are they're spotted and they're pinned down, even though we don't have very many tanks in that southwest area. You see that? The Jackson, the T-3485, they are spotting. Our other guys are flanking from the east now, so the enemy it looks like they're winning, but they are surrounded. This T-34 is spotting, the Jackson is spotting, T-54 mod is spotting, right? And Klaus is gatoving them. And the Scorpion here, you get some shots. Klaus will pull up beside you, not in front of you. Let's see if we can get some more shots on this AT-15 and this other guy here. Oh, look, there. Good shot, good shot. So Klaus is just playing the support role here, being bottom tier. The Scorpion is sniping. And now look, some of the enemies have broken through, will probably move up the west side, but we can always, you see this, the IS-3 is going to move up towards our base, but we can just move along the ridge line to shoot him. And looks like our team, their T-54 modified, is still flanking like a boss. The Jackson and T-3485 are doing a good job. And now Klaus is going to relocate, because this IS-3 is moving up here, so Klaus is going to relocate along this ridge line and try and take some shots. And the Scorpion is moving too, that's good. So this IS-3 is saying, oh, I got to base, GG. I'm at your base. Well, Klaus have some APCR ready for you. Oh, I missed. But you know what? How about this one? There you go. Hey, Scorp, you can finish him off now, Scorp. Scorp, you can finish him. There you go. There you go. It was nice of you to shoot that IS-3 without parking in front of him. Okay. So it's still a close game, 11-11. And Klaus is going to go back to his spot because look at the enemies. They are now exposed. And, oh, Klaus took a hit from that AT-15. Good shot, Score. Klaus took another hit. Maybe get one shot on you. Oh, missed. Okay, that AT-15 is in a good spot. He's probably in the buildings there shooting. So Klaus will wait till he is undetected. Now it's a close game. The WZ is going to move down the west flank. The enemies are still turtled in the southwest. Our artillery, you notice that our artillery moved to get a better angle. Like a boss, way to go M12. And now we play the waiting game. Let's see if any enemies are stupid enough to drive into the swamp again. Well, Klaus is probably off the radar here. And, oh, yeah, there's one. There's the OI, stupid enough to go into the swamp. So let's just finish him. That's a good spot for a big heavy tank, is in the swamp, where you can drive 3 kilometers an hour and have no cover. That's the map is called Swamp. Don't go into the swamp, for Christ's sakes! Unless you're a fast tank and you can just scoot across. Okay, so now Klaus will reposition here. It looks like we've got this game in the bag. Try and get a different angle on this AT-15. Oh, and the Scorpion's gone. So this game is over. Okay, so Klaus in his little tier 6 Confederate medal for shooting large numbers of stupids. And yeah, pretty good, over 2,500 damage. But look at this, Scorpion, excellent game. Excellent game, over 4,000 damage. And hats off to the enemy, AT-15. Great game, look at that. 5 kills, almost 3,000 damage. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this map tactic video. And if you did, please subscribe or leave a comment or share the video to help the channel. And Klaus will do many more map tactic videos for you to enjoy. And remember, this map is called Swamp. And don't go into the freaking swamp at the beginning of the game. Or if you're in a big, useless, stupid, heavy tank with terrible terrain resistance. Just, you know, I can never figure that out. But anyway, thank you all for watching.